Valentine's Day today. Not everyone is so lucky to be single, but today we have a different topic of not going back yoga. So I will be sharing with you a principle of planetary combination on very interesting example of TV host and actor. She was the daughter of very much politically engaged person who was jailed and ultimately assassinated, and both her mother and brother were sharing the post of being the president of Philippines. It's super easy, you don't need any advanced knowledge, you can even teach this to your 4-year-old kid. If you have this combination in your chart, maybe it's not the best idea to go back to your country if you are considering this option. So this will be slight modification of the yoga we have learned in the tradition. So my Rahu exalted in the Lagna has again become activated, and we have dig up this very interesting example. Who doesn't like the story of underdog? Maybe he is not the underdog because he was still coming from influential family, but definitely he was fighting the big guys and ultimately he sacrificed his life for the cause. And to make it even more interesting, the all events of the fathers will be seeing from this daughter's chart. So on this example, we'll appreciate how great is Vedic astrology. Also, we will see few things a bit from the father's chart and how these planetary periods were synchronized with the position in his chart. So maybe you are considering to go back to your country. Sometimes you may feel that some things are good there and some things you are missing. In most cases, the people are missing the family, friends, networking, that support we get from community. But sometimes it's the other way. We are living our career life and we are just going after our passion or love. In this case, we have to consider that this position is in fixed sign, which also is showing the birth country. So maybe this video will help you to decide what to do. So definitely try a lot of things. Go out of your comfort zone. Is it becoming too cliche? But see the chart. The individual tips are the best and they are definitely much better than the general ones. So we are using astrology. We want to get to our true nature, discover who we really are, and also use the resources for the emotional, financial, and spiritual development. We could use this example for many topics as it's so great and broad. So now a little bit more advanced tips about her chart. For example, this person is suffering from 2018, but more from 2022 in 4 very rare autoimmune diseases. So see that Sun, Saturn, Rahu, and especially Atma Karaka in the 6th in the Navamsha. We have seen that she was married once, 7th Lord with the 6th Lord, Mars and Jupiter. Upapada is with Mercury, which is showing being married to a sportsman. This moon in 12 also related shows 1 kid from this relationship. For her work as a TV host or actor, we see Aruda Lagna is with Rahu, giving effect of Mercury. So this is for being an entertainer and actor, and Venus is in 11th from Aruda Lagna, so getting the wealth from television. Mercury is also 10th house from the moon, which is showing acting, and Mercury is in 9th house of contracts in the chart of work Dashamsa. Okay, so going back to my basic observation, we know that when the ascendant lord is in the 7th house, the person may be going abroad from the birthplace. It's like leaving the country in which the person was born. People in the 7th house may also wander a lot, so it becomes detrimental to make that planet strong in the chart. Maybe from the psychological, and especially if related to Mercury, the person may leave himself or herself and looking to satisfy the others. As Lagna Lord, the awareness is always with the other people, not thinking about the self. So with the Mercury, it can manifest in such a way. But here we are going to the old school astrology analysis now, because the astrology is removing the boundaries of the subject. It is like trans-subjective branch. We are going from the symbols to the ideas which are manifesting in the conventional way. We call it in Upanishad Vyavaharika, or how the things are seen by us. So the karma is also influencing our 16 environments around us. Now for this analysis, we have to remember that for a female, the father is shown by the 5th house, for a male, 9th house. So in this example of female, the focus is 5th house. Her father was political activist, senator of Philippines. He was also the governor of Tarlac, and the most important, he was the opponent of the president at the time, Ferdinand Marcos. This is the most important, the peak of this narrative. As said, her mother was the 11th president, and her elder brother Benigno Aquino III was also the 15th president of Philippines. So very interesting chart. Because he was opposing so much the president, at some point of time this becomes a real threat, so he becomes jailed. And then in 1980 he got 2 heart attack, and because of that he was sent to US for the surgery. So that was releasing him from that sentence. And then he stayed there, and the wife, the mother, was saying that this was the best years in their marriage. He didn't have much money at that time because he was in jail, so he was getting some financial support from the teaching and from his political activism in US. But he never said that he will stay there. He was always his plan to go back, and especially in 83, when the situation in the Philippines became worse, he decided to go back. Was it a mistake? Probably not. He was driven by his soul mission to help his country, but we also can use the astrological chart to know the consequence, to know what will happen, what will be the outcome of particular choices in our life. So on 2nd August in 1983, just when he came back to Philippines, he was assassinated after leaving the plane on the stairs. So even didn't touch the ground of that his home country, and he was immediately killed. We are lucky to have his chart too. The Rodin rating for his chart is A. For the daughter we have AA, so we are super sure it's a hospital record, but for the father we have A. It's still very good, it's just testimony. Okay guys, if you like this video so far, do me a favor, hit the like button, it really helps for this video to make it more viral. And also if you like to see similar videos in the future, we'll be releasing many such examples. Then subscribe with the bell notification on, and let's go back to the video. So we will be doing a little bit advanced stuff here, so if you are beginner, just skip this 1 minute part. So he has Pisacha Yoga, Mars, Ketu on the Lagna with the 8th Lord, so there can be some attack which can hit his longevity. We have the Parivartana, the exchange between the Ascendant Lord and the 4th house and the Sun-Mars combination. This is not good because the Sun here has 0 Digbala, so he can be attacked by Indra here representing the government. So that was very threatening situation for him, being attacked by the government, and this was including the Lagna Lord and 8th Lord. So this can have negative impact of the longevity. Of course, the Navamsha, Trimshamsa has to confirm such situation, but from Rashi we get this general view of his life. This Parivartana between the 1st and 4th probably is showing that change of residence, Philippines, US, and then going back. And Aruda Lagna is with the Sun, which shows him working in the sector of government. 10th Lord is in the 3rd house, which shows courageous career life, big growth. This is Upachaya from the 10th house. We have the Sarpa Yoga and Kala Sarpa Yoga broken by that Jupiter and Ketu in the Lagna, which is showing that he is fighting for the freedom. He is very much freedom fighter. Hey, now the best thing of Vedic astrology, we are seeing the Dashas. Which planet was active in the particular stage of our life? Because there are many dashas, these are like different clocks moving at different parts of our story, and this can also be a different perspective. When they are meeting at one point, then something is happening in our life. So now we can use the Moon Vimshotri for this, because this is showing the life of others. For this person activity, we will be using the Adana Vimshotri because she has the moon in the 12th house. So how we know that the assassination of father was really that yoga of Sun and Rahu in the 5th house? Of course, the 5th house is showing the father, but what is the central thing is that it happened in Rahu period. So just at the beginning of Rahu Mahadasha. So the big period is called Mahadasha. So it just started when period of Rahu was active in her life, and this was very much related to father because that Rahu is in the 5th house. Now we know that to confirm health concerns for the father in the chart of parents called vadashamsa, the 10th or 3rd has to get activated. So it was Cancer ascendant, 3rd house is Virgo, and Rahu is lording the Virgo. So now we know, yes, we have a confirmation that this is not the best period for the father. Vadashamsa is the part of Vargas. These are the additional charts. So we don't need here any rectification, or I call it calibration of this chart. This time looks accurate. So what do we see? If we take 5th house, showing the father as the reference point, we have 7th Lord in the Lagna. So it's like moving from the foreign country to home country, right? If the Lagna Lord is in the 7th, we are leaving the place, we are going to the foreign country. But if 7th Lord is in the Lagna, we are going back to our birth country. So from the 5th house, 7th Lord is in the Lagna. So it's like father is moving back to the birth country. Especially, as I said, this is the fixed sign which is also supporting the birth country. And now when this is activated, the sun is joined Rahu. So in the Rahu Dasha, exactly when the Rahu period started in her life, father is moving to the birth country. Now, if you will see this yoga in D12, there are many points which are confirming this is very dangerous and can be fatal for the father's health. And even in Rashi, we see that this is Sun and Rahu, not the best combination. This is also Grahana or the eclipse yoga. So they are two malefics, it's like double bad. So that moving to the birth country from Rashi and from the chart of parents seems like very bad decision from the point of view of health or life. So now we can take a lesson from this. If you have malefics and the seventh lord is in the Lagna, they are malefics, then it may show, especially if it's in a fixed sign, that going back to your home country may not be the best idea. Of course, not association like in this case, but it may show some turbulences, some difficulties, challenges. There could be some blockages. Your experience may not be so good when you go back to your birth country. So this is my observation, aka research, but based on what we have learned from the tradition. So we have just flipped the principle of Lagna Lord in the 7th house upside down. And let me know, what do you think in the comments? Do you agree with this observation? Do you have anything to add? I will be very glad to read that in the comments. If you'd like to have your chart analyzed, Rashi, Navamsha, Dashamsa, with the focus on health, relationship and the career, using the yogas, a planetary combination, what they mean in your life and when they get manifested, and also about the remedies, amplifying the best part of your chart and blocking the negatives, then hit me up in the email below and we can schedule the consultation for you. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching till the end and being here with me on this channel. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe for more, and see you in the next one.